So I quit my job to go all in on podcasting. Let's talk about it. Welcome back to Hustle. I'm Alex, host of the show, and today is another day in the podathon. If you don't know, I'm doing a podathon, a podcast marathon, where I'm dropping an episode every day for the month of November. So if you need to catch up and deep dive all the other episodes, feel free to do that. But today, once again, I'm talking about quitting my job to go all in on podcasting. So here's the story. I got an opportunity through the show to interview a owner of a realtor company in Oshawa, Ontario. And that was like a life-changing experience. Honestly, the way it happened was baffling. We happened to be my ex-business partner and I happened to be at a conference and recorded the conference, posted to socials, and suddenly we got an email from someone that represents Oshawa that wanted to have us collab. Man, I opened the email so fast. I was like, what the hell? And responded within like 30 seconds because I was on it like white on rice. Matter of fact, it wasn't Oshawa, it was Durham region. And we did a collaboration to highlight businesses in Oshawa, and that was one of them. And with that, I made a connection with the business owner of this studio here. That's now Wit Media Studios. And with that, it was like the inception of something different. Life started lifing, and I ended up moving to Oshawa to restart life. And man, so much happened during that time of life. Maybe in a longer episode, I'll go into all the details. But to keep things short and sweet, as you know, there was a regime change in Hustle. And honestly, I was out on my ass. I was like, what am I going to do? I had gotten a job at a painting marketing agency, as a marketing agency for painters, and I was killing it like every day. I was getting compliments. All right, you're doing this well, doing that well. I had this implemented a new strategy to get clients easier and have the business have an amazing brand awareness play. So it was going really well. I decided to leave to go all in on a production company that produces podcasts. And I quit my job. But before I quit, I told my boss at the time that I'm going to quit. And he was like, you know what? I will pay you just to work half the time as long as you stay in the company because I value you, which is so rare. And honestly, I kind of wish I had done that, but it is what it is. I quit and then locked in on starting a production company. And unfortunately, that went nothing but south. So I had quit my job to go out in the company and then was left with absolutely nothing. So I literally started from ground up, trying to work and figure out how I'm gonna develop things. And at that time, there was no Wit Media Studios. And I reconnected with the owner of the realtor company here, and we became business partners and launched Wit Media Studios, and that was some of the biggest like hurdles I've gone through as an entrepreneur. Um, right now, we have a podcast studio called Wit Media, and we service anybody that wants to launch a podcast or anything of that nature. And it's been a challenge. I won't lie to you. It's been one of the biggest challenges I've ever had building from the ground up. As somebody who has the podcast, interviewing different entrepreneurs, it's so different being on this side. What it allows you to do is really channel your, it makes you not channel, it makes you fight your demons. It exposes all of your insecurities and faults and lets you know, hey, you got to fix this. If you don't fix this, things are going to go bad and you don't have a choice but to fix it. So I salute any entrepreneur or any person that's really considering quitting your job. If you are considering quitting your job, here's some of the things I suggest. Number one, have at least 3 months of savings, at least minimum. Number two, have a surefire revenue stream that you know you can make money off of. And number three, have a growth plan as well. I want to give a shout out to my boy Den from Stephen Den. When he quit his job, he was so strategic with it and saved up and was killing himself working long hours. And honestly, I feel like that's the best way to do it, where your 9 to 5 is still making money and you're pushing it through your 5 to 9. And that 5 to 9 is more like 5 to 3 a.m., 4 a.m., because you're getting everything done to make sure that it's operating at a good level before you quit your job. Honestly, um, it's been a challenge, but it's been so rewarding. Before this, like I was saying, I was doing marketing with painters, which is damn near Facebook ads for service-based companies. So now I know that like the back of my hand, and honestly, I feel like God had placed me there because before I was doing it for apps and marketers, and that was good, but it didn't feed me. And doing it for the painters, I got to see real, tangible evidence of what works to serve a local business. And now that's exactly what I have. So I'm using the strategies that I've learned there to bring clients into my business. And if you ever want like a deep dive on what some of the strategies are, let me know in the comments, and I'll definitely make a video on that because I feel like it can really help any entrepreneur. But yeah, that's my story. I quit and went all in, and it's been tough, but the pod has grown. We did that Dr. Umar episode, and that changed everything, got me on a whole new radar. Um, we had some episodes that really outperformed, and now we're doing this podathon to really just reset and get reacclimated with the audience and with everybody. So yeah, that's the story. I'm leaving out some key details because I'm not trying to be Mr. Drama, but one day I'll get into that for sure. I'd love to know your thoughts. Have you thought about quitting your job? Have you thought about going on in on content? What questions do you have for me? Do you want to know like a income breakdown? I'd love to get that one day. But yeah, let me know what y'all think. Comment down below. The hustle is what you can't control. So control your grind and control your life. And I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.